Well, hello. I'm gonna make myself a nice meal tonight. And so everything I do comes with a minimal amount of preparation, but it's worth it. So what we're gonna do to start with, about 8 to 12 hours in advance, I like to soak my chicken in salt water. So I've got one, two, what do you say, two or three? Ah, why not? Because we can make a nice fried chicken sandwich later if we have extra. So we're gonna make three. My doctor's not gonna appreciate this part. But what he don't know, yeah, it always shows up on the lab test. But I'm gonna put in a nice amount of salt in here. It pulls out that chicken flavor. It actually pulls the blood out the chicken. Well, that's what my grandma used to say. Now, sometimes she would put it in buttermilk, soak it in buttermilk. Yeah, not this time. We're gonna go with a spicy, Louisiana style. I've never been there, but I'm hoping to soon. All right, so we want to give it a little bit of flavor. Crushed red pepper flakes. And I like to make sure I get in every crevice because, you know, I want to have an equal distribution of flavor in every bite. So, just more cayenne. Now, I don't want to put on too much water. Well, I'm going to have to cover him. But, you know, I didn't want to put it in too big of a vat. I've seen people, you know, soak chicken, depending on how many people they had to feed. And plus the restaurant here, when my friend used to own it, I'd walk in and I'd see 5-gallon containers of chicken soaking. I don't really know what food bleach is, but yeah, I've never used that. They did. It was interesting. But what I'm saying is they didn't have a little bit of chicken floating in a, you know, a whole bunch of water. See? So, you know, that's about right. And I'll come and check on it. Remember, chicken has, it's like a contaminant in itself when it's not cooked. So once you handle it, touch it, anything, you want to wash your hands really well. But I'll just come in and wait for it to finish thawing so it's all submerged in there, and then we'll come and we'll check on it when it's time for us to rock and roll with it. Oh, I do too. We're gonna go with some panko crumbs. I love that. It gives it a nice crunchy texture. Sometimes I'll use cornflakes, crushed cornflakes. You can. I suppose you can with Rice Krispies if you're going more for a gluten-free recipe. I never thought about that. It's possible. Maybe we'll try that another time. But for right now, we're going to go with it this way. I'll see you in, half a day. I got excited and started without you. Sorry. This is for your dredge. So I went ahead and put a healthy, liberal dose of my cayenne in there. It's Louisiana style. And then instead of salt, because I've already salted the meat, I've had it soaking in there, I use Lawry's. Just a healthy little dose of pepper. I'm just going to mix that up a little bit. Now, they say it's better to use a self-rising all-purpose flour. Well, for the baking soda and the baking powder that's already in it, helps it to really puff up. They also say that if you use a 50-50 blend, and they say by weight of potato flour and all-purpose self-rising flour, you get a really, really, really nice texture. So here, that's good enough. This is our dredge. We're just going to basically drag our meat through this. But before we do that, we got to do our panko crumbs. I told you I really did start without you. Sorry. Anyway, so this is just regular all-purpose flour. And, well, I just shake in a tad of crushed red pepper. And I add in panko breadcrumbs. They have all kinds of panko breadcrumbs. This is just your regular kind. Just go ahead and mix that up. It makes such a crunchy texture. You can also use, I might do it, cornflakes, crushed up cornflakes. Oh, I used to do that all the time. And I'm trying to find a flour I can do it with to make it a gluten-free. That would be a nice gluten-free fried chicken. Okay, we need something to dunk it in. I take an egg. A little bit of heavy whipping cream. You can use milk. You don't have to use anything at all if you don't want to. I just think it makes it, well, more moist and satisfying. Let's see how that'll whip up for me. I'm gonna add a little bit of purified butter. Makes it easier to have it in something I can let the chicken, you know, because I can't really fit the chicken in there, but I wanted to whip it up pretty good. I'm going to rinse my chicken really well. We're going to want to pat them dry. And with a more reasonable knife, you know, you just cut off the stuff that doesn't look appetizing. You'll have better success with your coating sticking if you dry them off as best as you can. Some people go ahead and put them back in the refrigerator and let them kind of dry out there a little bit. The one thing I really want to emphasize is how much you need to wash your hands while you do this. Chicken is a contaminant. But I'm going to take it through my dredge first. How like it sounds, you kind of like dredge it through. And make sure you coat it all over. Shake the excess off. Yeah, spacing in my kitchen sometimes can be, well, quite challenging. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them and I'm going to dip them in my egg mixture. And then I'm going to dip it in my panko crumbs. Okay, pour in a decent amount of oil, but we're just frying them up in here. We're going to finish them in the oven. So set your oven at 350 to 375. And I put this about, medium high. Quick tip while we wait. If you throw a baked potato in the microwave for 3 minutes, while we're doing this, and then I'll show you because we're going to wrap it in tin foil and throw it in the oven after that. When we put our chicken in there to finish off, and it's plenty of heat to finish off the potato off nicely. I'll show you. Of course, we wait for that bubbling. It's not happening. The potato's done. I'm going to show you how to put it in here. Just the normal way you put a potato. It's this one's already hot. And I'm over hot oil, so I don't want to accidentally drop it in there. I've never had a deep fried potato. Ooh, that's hot. Yep. Now that should be, yes, see, it's slightly soft. So we're going to throw it in there ahead of time and let it finish off with our chicken. All my pans are different. This one takes forever to heat up. Aha! Finally! Alrighty then. That's approximately 5 minutes aside. We're not looking to cook it up here. We're just liking to get a nice, well, scald on it, as my grandfather used to say. I'm just going to put it in a pan. It would be better if you had a rack for your pan, so they weren't sitting soggy, you know, on the bottom, but I don't. Alright, and I'm going to finish these off in the oven at 350 for another 20 minutes. Now, while I'm waiting for that to finish off in the oven, well, I like sugar snap peas. I like, well, any kind of fresh vegetable. Well, broccoli would be good. Green beans would be good too, but right now I've got sugar snap peas, and I'm going to rinse them really well, and I'll show you how I make them. A little bit of butter. My pan's too hot because this is where I fried my chicken. So I'm going to let it cool just a second because I don't want to burn my butter. I'm going to go ahead and toss my peas in here. A nice helping of garlic in there. Okay, you just want to cook them just till they're cooked. You know, you still want them to have, you know, some substance to them. Cook them too long and they will become mushy, and it's just not the same experience. I would have liked it if I would have put a little bit of more caramelization in there, but, you know, I don't want my onion, I don't want my garlic to burn. So I'm going to take them off now, and we'll serve them with my dinner. Alrighty then. It was about 25 minutes. I'm going to let them sit for about 5 before I plate them. And I'm going to work on my potato. I'm going to show you how my potato comes out. Alrighty. Whew. That looks good. I don't know, I like to do the little things, you know. knives. And another little tip. My daughter-in-law taught me this. You take your green onions and you put them... Oh, this looks terrible. I don't want this around my food. But it is food. There's nothing dirty about it. I just soak them in water. So I always have fresh green onion. Yeah, I didn't want that around my food. It just doesn't look right. So I'll put on my chicken. I'm going to heat up my peas while I show you what the chicken looks like on the inside. Cook through and through. I'll just go ahead and show you. Looks nice. Let's see. Oh, hot, hot, hot. Hot. It wasn't the spice that got me. I mean, it's truly hot. Out of the oven hot. But it was good. You don't have to let it cool off just a tad. I don't know about you, but I'd be really happy if someone served this to me within 25 minutes. That's how long it took. So, yeah, I'm going to go on my fake vacations. I love doing that. You guys have yourselves a lovely day, and you know I will as well. I'll talk to you later. Bye.